The hierarchy of AI just got shattered. We aren't looking at another weak open source attempt. This is Qwen 3.5, and what Alibaba has just dropped is legitimately terrifying for OpenAI. Pause the video and look at these charts. We aren't comparing this to the old GPT-4o models anymore. Qwen 3.5 is trading blows with, and often beating, GPT-5 and Claude 4.5 Opus. This is a 307 billion parameter monster that is natively multimodal, and unlike the big US models, you can actually own this. Stick around, you are about to see some crazy features in this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. The secret sauce here isn't just raw intelligence, it's the architecture. This represents the shift from chatbots to native agents. Most models today still hallucinate when you give them complex, multi-step instructions, but Qwen 3.5 is built with a hybrid architecture designed specifically for long-horizon tasks. It doesn't just predict the next word, it plans the next action. And when you see what it does with code, you'll understand why this is a game ender for paid subscriptions. I tested the thinking mode immediately. You can see the reasoning trace here. It's not rushing, it's architecting the logic, verifying its own math, and structuring the code before it writes a single line. I challenged it to build something that usually breaks even Gemini 2 Pro, a fully functional 3D rendering engine in the browser. Look at this result, a 3D car racing game. This isn't a pre-made template. Qwen wrote the physics engine, the collision detection, and the rendering loop in one shot. The frame rate is smooth, the controls are responsive. If you tried this with the old models, you'd get a broken black screen. Qwen 3.5 understands spatial logic and game physics at a level we haven't seen in open source before. If it can build a game engine in seconds, imagine what it can do for your SaaS dashboard. Just look at the object placement here. It is procedurally generating the track and obstacles in real time. That requires forward planning logic, not just simple text prediction. But let's talk about real-world agency work. I hooked Qwen up to a WhatsApp interface to test its executive assistant capabilities. I asked it to search the web for the newest AI model releases, specifically filtering for the last month, and compile a PDF report. Watch the speed. It browses the live web, filters out the noise, structures the data into a clean format, and actually generates the file. It sends a downloadable PDF back to the chat. This workflow replaces a virtual assistant. It's autonomous, it's accurate, and it costs pennies to run. Now, for the developers, this is where Qwen 3.5 becomes a threat to Claude 4.5 Opus. I pointed it at a GitHub repository to fix a token usage breakdown bug. Look at the terminal. It scans the file structure, identifies the specific lines causing the token leak, and writes the patch. It's analyzing the diff like a senior engineer. It verifies the fix and prepares the commit message. This isn't just coding assistance. This is an autonomous developer that lives in your terminal. This is the engine we are going to use to power OpenClaw. Watch how it navigates the directory structure here. It isn't blindly guessing file names. It reads the README to understand the build system, then actively hunts down the extension .ts file. It is building a mental map of the entire repository logic in real time. And it doesn't stop at reading. It runs the npm test command autonomously. It sees the failure, reasons that the token breakdown isn't rendering, and creates a specific reproduction test case to isolate the bug. This is the difference between a coding assistant and an autonomous engineer. It is running the full QA loop, verifying the fix against the test suite, and ensuring the logic holds up before it even asks for your review. And for the business operators, we all know the pain of messy data. I threw a broken Excel sheet at it. Missing rows, bad formatting, corrupted formulas. Qwen doesn't just complain, it acts as a data analyst. It identifies the errors, creates a status column to flag discrepancies, and writes the logic to clean the entire data set. This is the boring, unsexy work that companies pay thousands for. And this model just automated it in 30 seconds. Notice the total column here. I didn't tell it the formula. It inferred that quantity times price equals revenue just by looking at the headers. It applies that logic across thousands of rows instantly. If you are still manually auditing spreadsheets or paying a VA to do data entry, you are literally burning cash. This is the definition of operational leverage. The multimodal vision is also enterprise grade. Look at this driving analysis. It's not just seeing pixels. It identifies the cyclist, the traffic lights, and the braking distance. It understands intent. It explains why the car stopped. This level of visual reasoning is critical if you are building agents that need to see screens or navigate complex UIs. I asked it to teach me how to automate a cost-checking business. It didn't give me generic advice. It built the SOP. Phase 1, define the task. Phase 2, it wrote the actual Python script using pandas and OpenPyXL to execute the automation. It is literally handing you the business model and the code to run it. But here's the problem. Most people will watch this video and do absolutely nothing with it. That is why I created the AI Money Forge. We don't just review models, we deploy them. We are building the God mode agents that run on this tech. We are sharing the private workflows, the source code, and the monetization strategies. If you want to stop renting your intelligence from big tech and start building your own empire, you need to be in the Forge. The link is in the description. Let's build.